Here we are, back with my main computer again. And you can see that it's got a 1 terabyte drive here that I use for storage of all of my files, and a 2 terabyte drive that I use for a YouTube scratch pad. There's nothing wrong with either drive, but I want the added speed of SSDs and was able to take advantage of some deals to convert the machine completely over to SSDs. So here's a 1 terabyte Western Digital Blue 3D NAND SSD, and a Samsung 870 QVO, I think is how you're supposed to pronounce that, which is about the same speed as this 2 terabyte SSD. Now, it still wasn't cheap at about $400 for the whole thing, plus a couple new adapter brackets, but it was still cheap enough that I decided just to go for it. We might as well do it. It's not going to get too much cheaper anytime soon, so we might as well. So what I'm going to actually do is unbox these. I'm going to get out my little USB to SATA adapter, plug it in, and clone the existing drives to these, which might take a little while, probably about a day, and then I'll put these in. Start with this 1 terabyte drive, which I can hopefully open with one hand. It's pretty straightforward packaging. I think it comes with some instructions, and of course you've got the drive itself, which is very lightweight. Not much to it. Alright, plugged it in, and there we can see it. New 1 terabyte drive, and the little USB enclosure, which is hooked up to the USB 3.0, which should help make this a little bit faster. And I'm not going to worry about any imaging or anything like that. I'm just going to do a straight clone, and then we'll see how long this will take. Unfortunately, I think because it's a clone, it's not going to give me too much in terms of details. So, I think that's the first time I've ever not actually understood how to open up a package. That's just weird. I'm not sure why it opens up from the side like that. But it's a quality and value optimized SSD. I'm not sure what that means. Probably it's the cheaper one, which is fine. It's not used for anything particularly intensive. It's actually very heavy for an SSD, but then again, it's also 2 terabytes, so it makes sense that it's very heavy. Still very lightweight compared to something like a hard drive. This clone process is still going. I fully anticipate it to take another at least 20 to 30 minutes. And then we can start with that one. I'll probably let that one run overnight. We'll come back to this tomorrow. Okay, so that actually took a little bit longer than I anticipated. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one in, and we'll get that one started. If you're wondering what the read-write performance of that was, there's your answer. You can see the SSD is probably quite a bit better. It's going to be quite a bit better, if that's the right speed. Okay, so there's our transfer, which is predictably fairly slow. Although not too bad, all things considered. It's just that it's using a slow Seagate hard drive as the base, so it's got to do all that transferring. The one thing that I just noticed now is that this is running pretty hot. Not sure why it's running so hot. That's kind of a little concerning, honestly, but hopefully when it's in the computer and it's got better airflow than this stupid plastic drive enclosure, it'll work a little better, but not sure on that one. But I'm going to let this run overnight because it's past midnight on a work night, so I got to wrap things up for the night. I'm going to also go ahead and install the other one in an adapter bracket. Just got these cheapo Kingston brackets. You don't have very many options for SSD mounting brackets anymore. You have to get ones that are branded for specific SSDs. I think they got Kingston and ADATA, and that's pretty much it now. And of course, neither one of these are Kingston or ADATA SSDs. So, alright. Here we are now inside the machine. I've unplugged the drives. Hopefully I remember which cables go where. Now I gotta pull out this drive cage. And there they are, now plugged in. They're backwards from where they should be. You can see where they should be by those little rubber things in the bottom of the case, but I don't really care. They're in there just fine. They're SSDs, they're not going to rattle anyway. Okay. Power it up. Let's see what it does. Hopefully it works. Doesn't try to boot to something completely invalid. Alright, let me log in real quick. Now you're not going to notice... Oh, shut up. You're not going to notice anything in the boot time because I'm using an NVMe SSD for that. So that's been like that for a little bit now. We have D, it's there, but for whatever reason I guess the videos drive is on the wrong thing, so I'm going to have to change that because that's supposed to be E. So we'll have to go into the control panel. Alright. Yeah, there it is. Everything's exactly as it was left, looks like. There's our 1 terabyte SSD. And our 2 terabyte SSD. Good to go. So that's pretty much it for that. Thank you for watching, and if you've got any comments, feel free to leave them down below.